and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about something that is on its last legs, or we're about to see the camel that broke, or the straw that broke the camel's back. I think that's what it is. This is like, I know this should be over. I know I should end this relationship, or I know I shouldn't be friends with this person, or this situation, it's too comfortable for me to just get up and walk away. But this Three of Swords tells me that there's a pattern of behavior that is disappointing. So I think we've got somebody either being asked by like a friend or somebody who really cares about you, why do you stay, or why are you still dealing with that? Or we have somebody literally asking themselves, like, why am I putting up with this? Why do I think that this is okay? And I think you get to the conclusion that it isn't okay. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Winchanton. I hope you're having a good day so far. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Corey. Hello, Carl. How we doing? If you'd like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And I've also recently added memberships, and there's a link down there for that as well. There's 3 different tiers, so hopefully something that works for you. Hello, Bitchy Tata. Hello, Carrie. How we doing? We're going to start with the cats rule the earth. Let's see what else we've got. Nine of Wands and the Two of Wands. Yeah, we've got somebody who feels like there's been a lot of BS that they've had to deal with. This Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who says, I've been putting up with a lot. I don't know how much more I can take. Can I please get a day off from this madness? So we've got the Two of Wands and the Moon in the reverse. It kind of looks to me like there's somebody who is, okay, so what I just heard was "to the moon, Alice," which I think was like, I don't even know what show that's from, but I'm pretty sure the dude who was saying it was probably a little bit like abusive. They thought it was funny in the 50s to make jokes about husbands hitting their wives. Like, I love Lucy, but some of the jokes, man, like, ooh, Lord. I feel like this is somebody who was routinely joking or made comments, maybe even threats. Like, well, maybe I'll just leave you then. Maybe I'll just, stop being your friend. Maybe I'll fire you. And I feel this is the person you're dealing with. So whoever resonates with the wounded warrior, you've been putting up with somebody who likes to kind of taunt you, basically. And it's because this person feels like you wouldn't ever actually change this setup. They feel like you are too comfortable to start a new life or make a change. And I feel like they've underestimated you, because the Two of Wands indicates somebody who is making plans or coming up with a strategy. We've got the Seven of Swords and the Tower in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. So, oh, sorry guys, I didn't wash my hands well enough after weeding. We've got somebody here who feels pretty safe in their little bubble. They don't think that you're going to change anything. They don't think that you're going to really call them out. They have some reason to believe that you just put up with stuff. But the Tower is in the reverse. So I feel like it's like they're lying to themselves that something would never change. You'll always tolerate this situation, or you're always going to tolerate how I treat you, because, you have to. They absolutely are underestimating you, and they don't foresee that things could change very quickly. The Eight of Wands in the reverse for me comes across as somebody who's not observant. You might have heard this person throwing threats out at you or trying to make you feel bad. But I feel like they're missing the little things you mutter under your breath or the things that other people say to you about the situation. They're just a little too comfortable. What's up, bum face? How you doing? Hello, Danny. How's your day? We've got the World in the reverse and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And the Chariot in the reverse. Yeah. The World in the reverse ties in with the Ten of Swords being in the reverse. Something that is over but has not been finalized as over. Someone feels like within their bones, this is something I need to change, but I need to actually like rip the Band-Aid off. I need to actually make the change. We've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse. I feel like this is kind of like stop and go energy. So I make some plans or I talk to somebody about it and then I like pull back. I feel like I can't do it. I buy something that I need, like a suitcase so I can leave, and then I don't ever pack it because, change. It's terrifying, right? So impulsive, like fast moving energy, but then pulling back. Four of Pentacles. Page of Cups, Ace of Cups. So the person that you're dealing with, the Seven of Swords. So we have the Wounded Warrior and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords being a card about dishonesty or trickery. They're keeping something from you. For some of you, this is pay. I saw a flash of the Big Fish? The movie where I wish I could remember actors' names right now. I'm going to get it wrong if I try. Maybe it's Ewan McGregor, I think. His character's trying to find out the name of a beautiful young blonde that he sees at the carnival, and he signs up to work for the carnival for an unreasonable amount of time just so that he can get her name, right? And if you watched that movie and didn't judge quite harshly the owner of the carnival who was like, you need to work for me for 2 years before I tell you what her name is. I don't understand, because that dude was ridiculous. And he was holding back the information that I think it was Ewan McGregor most wanted about that chick, right? It's like, I'm giving you a little at a time. I'm just letting you get the very bare minimum in order for you to be happy. And I feel like this is about how I interact with somebody in terms of pay. Like, am I paying my employees enough? Or am I trying to make somebody codependent in a relationship by kind of parsing out romance or making you have to jump for, affection, right? I feel like this is somebody who's very transactional. All right, this is the Gold and the Normand. What else do we have? Clover, number 2, and the Fish, which is interesting. So I was just talking about the Big Fish movie, which is number 34. These are both things that talk about good news. I like that for you. So the Wounded Warrior, the person who is realizing maybe they need to remove themselves from the situation, there's good news. And for some of you, that's what this Seven of Swords individual is holding back from you. It's like you got accepted into college, but they didn't let you get the letter because they want you to stay and work at their family business or whatever. But this is something about holding back information, holding back money, or holding back affection. And this Nine of Wands, or the Wounded Warrior, likely you, is deciding maybe I would be happier elsewhere. Maybe I should go where like the eating's good, because like clearly here the Seven of Swords isn't really wanting to be generous. So there's good news, maybe an offer, an opportunity of stability. But it's something that is a little bit unfamiliar, or there are questions, right? There's a question as to whether or not you could make this transition happen without it being chaotic, right? This is the Morgan Greer. Hi, Stephen. How are you doing? Five of Cups in the reverse, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I do feel like the Seven of Swords has manipulated the situation to make it difficult for this Nine of Wands to leave. So that could look like, you know, overpaying to make sure you don't pursue other jobs. I don't think many of you are dealing with that one. Making it seem impossible to communicate or have time to yourself. I just feel like the Seven of Swords person is very, I'm going to make it seem like you have no other options. But then this wounded warrior finds out that there is, in fact, something else they could do. This Five of Cups is in the reverse because our wounded warrior is not convinced that they need to stay. They're not stuck in the past like the Seven of Swords thinks they are. In fact, they are, I think, quite open to looking for something different, choosing a different path, finding a different living situation, a different job, a different relationship. Like, get me out of here. The Page of Pentacles is in the reverse because I feel like there's something that really hits home for this wounded warrior. That's how you'll always treat me. You'll never actually treat me fairly. So I guess I need to do something to change my circumstances. Wow. So we have the Hierophant. Interesting because the Seven of Swords, and it's clarifying the Seven of Swords. The person you're dealing with, it could either be like someone you're in a relationship with or a boss, maybe somebody in your family. But the Hierophant indicates somebody who you have on a little bit of a pedestal for one reason or another. Either you feel like you have to, do what they ask because they're your boss, or you're trying to make things peaceful with your partner, right? But the choice that I think you realize now you have to make is, am I going to stay with the Seven of Swords and deal with this person who doesn't seem to respect me or holds things back from me, wants me to feel stuck? Or am I going to choose this new thing I could do? Six of Wands is victory. I feel this wounded warrior is leaning towards the new option. Six in the Lenormand is the clouds. This is something that is ambiguous. You don't really know all the details. Six is the Lovers for a major choice. And Six of Wands is victory. So the number 6 could be very important for you. Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords. I'm really hungry. If you heard that, I'm sorry. I know, you guys yell at me all the time to eat food. I have not eaten yet today. I will get on it, I promise. Did you hear it that time, bumface? Hello, Dr. Emery. How are you doing? And then after the Six of Swords, we've got the World in the upright. I feel like this is travel. I'm not going to let you go anywhere. I'm not going to let you, use the car, or you don't have enough money to get a bus ticket, whatever it is. This wounded warrior finds an opportunity, gets what they need, and they get out. So this is the end of a chapter that was primarily this Five of Pentacles energy, somebody withholding things from you or making it seem like you really needed them to have what you need. You're not willing to do that anymore. This is somebody who has kept the truth from you, or somebody who is themselves deluded. Hey, yeah, no, sorry. I have to quit because Carmen said you're delusional. Yeah. Oh, you don't know that yet. Weird. Oh, that just hit me in the face. And I'm still hungry. Okay. Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords. The truth is quite evident to this wounded warrior. I know I need to get out of here because this is not what I need. This person doesn't seem to care about what I need. They would much prefer that I be in this Eight of Swords. For them, that's how they guarantee their success or making the money that they want to make. And I think you've realized that's why they operate the way that they do, or why they treat you the way that they do. It's not fair. Hi, Anita. Could you do me a favor and not spam the live chat? Like, you don't need I to be a separate message from M, A. Yeah, we don't want that here. And I will block you. So welcome. Please don't use the live chat like that. We've got Fate and Serendipitous. Well, if those two aren't basically the same card. So you are encountering someone or something that enables you to get from one place to another. You are at the right place at the right time. Lucky. Remember, we had the clover and the big fish, or sorry, the big fish is the movie, but we have the fish. You've got something beautiful that happens, some opportunity that falls in your lap just because you're at the right place at the right time. But I do feel like the universe contrives to like put this. Anita? Yeah, we done with you. You can go pretend you're cool elsewhere because we can tell you're not. Anita, I need attention. You can find it elsewhere. Hello. How's it going, Axel? Deuces. So we have Vessel, body, nourishment, wholesome, nutrition, and health. And haunting, curse, lost souls, eerie, psychic attack, and dark force. This is somebody who felt like they could keep you stuck. It's definitely manipulative energy, and for some of you, it may have included spell work. For some of you, I'm seeing that this person was trying to keep you in an exhausted state so you couldn't figure out how to get away from the situation or how to change that situation, right? Hello, upper echelon. How you doing? Hello, Daniel. Good morning. I already recorded some shorts outside. Huzzah. But it's kind of cloudy out there. We've got ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids, fantasy, daydream, and collective, global, together, united, earth, consciousness, and starseeds. I love this. You have been surrounded by low vibration, darker energy, perhaps even somebody who has some things they really need to work on, but they wanted to blame you for their problems. You're being moved, or you are pursuing a change, looking for this stability like the anchor, and you're about to find it. You're about to find people that view things similarly to you, or at least are, more optimistic or empowered, right? We're not talking about somebody who's going to try to keep you stuck. And I think it's hilarious because this Seven of Swords totally has the carnival in the background, like the Big Fish movie. You're done with this kind of energy. You're headed towards your soul tribe, or a place where you're going to feel more comfortable getting done what you need to, pursuing your calling. But you're also going to be able to indulge and have some fun, which is something the Seven of Swords didn't feel like you deserved to do. So, like Anita, they can pound sand. What's up, Hunter? How are you doing? Is it? That's news to me, although I would not be surprised. This is the Bianco Nero. Sun in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Wands in the reverse. Oh my. This is what I'm saying. With a lot of working situations, the boss wants you to feel that you need them more than they need you. But I'm telling you, especially in this situation, if you're dealing with a boss that does not respect you, they need you way more than you need them. Yeah. If this is an abusive partner, they like to make you feel like you wouldn't be able to find somebody new, or that you are so lucky to have them. Bullshit. They're lucky to have you. Or, sorry, they were lucky to have you. Now they're not lucky at all. They won't be getting lucky. Yeah. It's just like they underestimated whether or not you would know your worth, whether or not you would pursue something better, whether or not you could maneuver or like dip without being noticed. Because I feel like choosing the right time is very important. It's like I'm seeing when the like surveillance camera or whatever is like panning a grocery store or like a gas station or whatever, and somebody's doing something while the camera's over here, and then they're done doing something by the time the camera gets back over here. You know what I mean? Like you're timing things the way you need to, because with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody you can't trust at all. They feel like if you walk away, the Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, they lose money. So they are making money off of you, or their life is less expensive because you pay for things. They use you and your energy to improve their life. And I feel like you're saying, not anymore. I know you're the Queen of Swords in the reverse and you don't deserve this. So we've got the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. I see you for who you are. You're selfish, and I'm not going to enable it anymore. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, this is saying you're not going to put in your 2 weeks notice. For others of you, it's like, I'm just dipping or not showing up that day. You acknowledge that leaving is going to create a problem for this Hierophant Seven of Swords individual. And you're like, whatever. Maybe you shouldn't have been so selfish. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse makes me feel like something doesn't get done. Like people go to a bakery at 6 a.m. to have their breakfast, and the person who was supposed to be making all the bread at like 3 a.m. isn't there. And the owner's like, what? Hi, Ruben. How are you doing? Hello, Nathaniel. I hope you're having a good day so far. Oh, no. Seven of Pentacles. I mean, this really does feel like you've decided to stop giving to somebody or something because you are being honest about whether or not it's ever going to pay off. This person keeps things they shouldn't, or doesn't tell you information that you need, or doesn't pay you what you deserve. This is why we have the Eight of Cups. I'm walking away. I'm not going to take that from you anymore. You want to pay me entry level, but I'm like doing your work. So no, thank you. You can get my hands out. I said that on quiet, really quiet on purpose. Just trying to make sure they can't figure out for like the subtitles. This is the Cat Meme Major Arcana deck. Tell me more about this new beginning. Love it. Wheel of Fortune. That's probably one of the best cards we could get for you in that scenario. This is a positive change. You may be feeling a little grumpy. You may feel like you need like a pedicure or something. Look at Kitty Cat is like, give me that food. Probably has some stomach rolls like I do. But you're about to get what you're supposed to have gotten a long time ago. Don't you fret. Hello, James. How's it going? And the moon. Look at those cute little sleeping kitties. Aren't they adorable? You know what? That's so funny. Upper Echelon, I totally have a Snickers out there. I should probably eat like something real though. Yeah, you may not know it yet, but you are about to be very lucky. I feel like this is multiple things working in your favor. I mean, we've already gotten the clover, we've already gotten the fish, we got the which one was it? Serendipitous card that says you're lucky or in the right place at the right time. We've got the Fool. In the reverse, I feel like this is somebody who doesn't believe you are capable or doesn't believe you are able to change your own destiny. And they're going to be sitting there like, what? How did that happen? Say it ain't so. Because I do feel like it impacts them. It's like they're counting their chickens before they're hatched, and those chickens happen to be belonging to you. And you take your chickens back, and you're like, toodaloo. It rhymed, you guys. Did you hear that? All right, sorry. 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior, and the Sun. So our wounded warrior is reaching the conclusion of this difficult path. There's, yes, somebody who's been standing in your way, but now there's this confidence or sense of empowerment. You know what? I can fix this. I can change this. I'm going to go somewhere else. And you're about to walk into a very happy era of your life. In part because with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, you're not going to put up with situations that don't pay off. Eight of Pentacles is like somebody who's approaching mastery of a skill or somebody who is willing to invest in a situation. And this is the Seven of Swords was not willing to invest in you or relied upon you to pay for everything or do everything. And at some point you decided that wasn't really your thing. Hey, turns out I don't like that. Two of Wands and the Empress. For many of you, this could be somebody who was making a lot of money off of your creative skills or your commitment to making a solid product, being great at customer service. This could be like somebody who decides they are going to start their own business because what made that business amazing was you, not the Seven of Swords who like collected all of the money. It was you. So many of you are like, well, maybe I could just like do this myself, get paid better because I don't have to deal with you. So we've got the Hanged Man and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. A change in perspective. I may have thought that I needed to work for somebody else. I may have thought that I needed to be in this relationship or that I couldn't hack it on my own. But you know what? You're the Empress. Doesn't matter what your gender is. The Empress is somebody who can build an empire, somebody who's creative, somebody who envisions things or literally like makes things that are not there, right? Could be a mom, could be that you are, sometimes people say like you're birthing something, doesn't have to be a child, but this is your ability to make things happen that the Seven of Swords was dependent upon. You are seeing things differently with the Hanged Man, acknowledging that you don't have to be reliant upon someone else. Nine of Pentacles, you're going your own way, doing something different, choosing what makes the most sense for you, following your intuition. No longer dealing with that Queen of Swords in the reverse, Hierophant, Seven of Swords. This is somebody who lied to you, right? Queen of Swords in the reverse is in the same column. So if somebody's making money off of you or their life is easier because of you, but then they also feel it's cool to like lie to you or be rude towards you, you don't need that. Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate you. Hello, Lemonade. What's going on? Thank you. What's up, Pharaoh? How's your day going? So we've got Death and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So it's been done. I just haven't ended things like legitimately. This wounded warrior is saying, but I'm about to, because I really don't want to deal with this anymore. I know it needs to change. And you know what? So have I. The High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think part of the reason you didn't like change this situation is you may have at some point felt a little guilty. Like, man, this person would really like not be able to manage this if I left. But when you find out that there's something they've held back from you, like a college acceptance letter or money that's rightfully yours, for some of you, there's an inheritance here that your family has lied to you about because they want you to work for them or because they want to like keep that inheritance for themselves. There's some shady behavior here in terms of what they're holding back from you or what they're not doing to make things right. And I feel like it pushes you to admit whether or not they're okay with my decision, I have to do what's right for me because I can't trust them. Nine of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Cups, because they've been selfish and pretended to be my friend. Just like that dude in Big Fish who's like, oh yeah, just work for me for months on end and then I'll eventually tell you her name. How about no? Like I would ruin that movie because there's no chance in hell for somebody's name I'm gonna like work for weeks or months on end. I know you guys, it's like super romantic and stuff, but like no, I'm busy. Whatever is meant to be will be. I'm supposed to know your name. I'll find it. I'll dream about it. This is the Pause Tarot. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Two of Swords. They wanted you to feel unworthy, wanted you to feel like you couldn't hack it on your own. They may have routinely said things to make you feel bad about yourself. And some of you are able to make a change because there's money this Seven of Swords Hierophant individual was unaware of. They may have tried to make it so you couldn't like buy a car, or maybe they tried to make it seem like it was too expensive to fix a car. But you, my friend, you don't give up easily. That's why you're called the Wounded Warrior, by the way. You've been through some things, but you didn't give up back then. You're not about to right now either. So you're coming through as the Hermit, clarifying the High Priestess. You are wise, my friend, because you didn't let these little obstacles stop you. If there is a way, you will find it. And you have found it. Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, you just like find some cash and you're like, bet, because like that person owes me money. Look. Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, and the Nine of Wands. Who are you? You're the Wounded Warrior, right? So this is you. I don't know if you actually done some janitorial work for this person, but they do expect you to clean up their messes. The Hierophant is the boss or the person you're in a relationship with. For some of you, this could be a family member, but they're like, look at me. I'm way cooler than you, and you should like bow before me. I make all the decisions here. But this opportunity, it's not for the Hierophant. It's for you. And I feel like it's behind the Hierophant because they're trying to hide this opportunity, or they don't want you to feel like you have this opportunity because they have you where they want you, doing their work. Yo, I hate mopping. Vacuuming is bad. Sweeping, not a fan. Like floor maintenance in general, I hate it. But mopping, oh, I hate it. I really do. Anyways, personal feelings about cleaning aside. Three of Swords in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This person wanted you to not have money. This is really irritating me. Three of Swords in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Swords in the reverse. They wanted you to feel like the only way for you to make things work or to like pay your bills is to continue to do what they wanted you to do for, you know, whatever reasons. For some of you, this is like, you can live here, but you have to like, you know, clean this or do that. They're not your boss. They are not in charge of you anymore. They are not interested in seeing you do well. And I feel like that's why you eventually figured out, I need to like put together a plan. I'm going to figure out a way to get away from this person because they are holding back on me. They don't want to pay me my worth, or they don't want me to know that there's an opportunity that I've been waiting for elsewhere. Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles. I feel like this person just really didn't want you to feel like you could choose anything else. Like you just have to do what I tell you. Wrong. Because you find out what this is. You find out that they've been holding back on you. And if time allows, you still pursue or you take advantage of this Ace of Pentacles, this offer. You're like, yeah, no, that's mine and I'm taking it. Cannot stop me. For others of you, time has passed, or, you know, like things have expired. Deadline is long ago. And the Seven of Swords never told you about this opportunity, but it's because they kept it from you and because you can't take this opportunity that you're like, okay, well, that's fine. I don't get that opportunity, but you're not going to like keep me. I'm going to leave. So regardless of whether or not the timing is elapsed, you make the decision that the Seven of Swords Hierophant individual is no longer somebody that you can trust, no longer somebody that you want to deal with. And their plans, having you do everything for them, will collapse. They might end up having a little pity party for themselves. No, I have to do my own mopping. Oh no. Excuse me, I have to pick up half the deck that fell on the floor. Okay, it's really only like 3. Well, it could be worse. All right, I'm back. It's true. What else? Unlimited potential, infinity. Number 43. This is you. Somebody, I think, is intimidated by you. I think this Seven of Swords person wanted you to believe that you are not as awesome as you are, but you really are. That moon in the reverse can also talk about like latent or like hidden talents. It's like this person wanted you to mop their diner for them, but really you could be like a world-class singer or dancer or something. And this opportunity that is meant for you was frustrating for this person to admit. You could really go places, but if you really go places, then I can't make money off of you, or I can't, you know, have an easier life. So they were choosing themselves over enabling your pursuit of a dream or a passion. Evil eye and power lines. So if they could stop communication, they did. If they could prevent you from seeing an offer in the mail, or they could delete your email, they did. There's something that they did to prevent this offer from reaching the wounded warrior, but I feel like the wounded warrior finds out about it anyway. All right, let's see. This is the Gilded Reverie. Okay, I'm going to test something out here real quick. No. Okay. I was trying to see if it would let me give a membership. Okay, so we've got 28 and 25, the man with the shirt and the ring. Remember, the ring doesn't have to always be talking about like marriage. This could be a reference to a contract of sorts, right? So for those of you where this is about a job, you get an offer to go elsewhere and you were like, yippee skippy, get me out of here because like I'm done. For others of you though, this is a romantic connection. I could stay here and work for you, or do this thing that doesn't make me happy, or maybe even be in a relationship that doesn't make me happy, or I could go somewhere else where I feel like I would be happy. This is time for change after somebody has really delayed it or felt like maybe it was just too much work. But once they feel this stinging loss, that is because of the Seven of Swords. I feel like that's what motivates our wounded warrior to finally say, that's it, I'm done. And we've got the Love card. So there is a soul tribe or perhaps even a soulmate waiting for you in a different spot. A better situation awaits. You just have to be ready to walk away from this Hierophant Seven of Swords individual who really seems to like to control how you view yourself. Remember, you're awesome. You're capable of just about anything. So go out there and do it. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the memberships. I love you all, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.